In this video, we're going to talk about one stupid easy trick to write better pre-choruses. This one tip will help you write pre-choruses that function as a road that leads to the chorus, that actually sets up the chorus, rather than undermining the chorus. So this stupid easy trick for a better pre-chorus is simply to avoid utilizing the one chord in your pre-chorus. If you don't know what the one chord is just the chord that has the same name as your key. So if the key of your song is G major, then G major, the chord, would be your one chord. If your song's in C major would be the one chord. If you're in A minor would be the one chord. Avoiding the one chord is super effective for writing better pre-choruses because the one chord functions as a song's center of gravity. And most songs end on that center of gravity one chord because the chord has a sense of finality to it. And a lot of songs will leverage the one chord in the chorus to help hammer home that the chorus is indeed the main point of the song. So let's talk through a few examples. Our first example is I Will Not Bow by Breaking Benjamin. Now this song is in the key of C minor, which means in the context of this song, the one chord is that C minor chord. And in the song, not only do both the verse and the chorus contain the one chord, but they also start with the one chord. Now by contrast, the pre-chorus is actually the only section of the song that doesn't start with that one chord. In fact, not only does it not start with the one chord, but it doesn't have the one chord at all. Instead, the pre-chorus exclusively uses the 6 chord and the 7 chord in order to set up the oncoming one chord at the beginning of the chorus. In fact, in this pre-chorus, there are just 2 different chords that repeat, the 6 chord and the 7 chord. Now let's go to a very different genre and talk about Wish You the Best by LewisCapaldi. Now this song is actually in a major key rather than a minor key, and the pre-chorus is actually super short. It is just one line. But this pre-chorus also completely ignores the one chord because the one chord is actually what starts the chorus. So in order to help set up that chorus, we actually avoid that one chord in this very short pre-chorus.
Maybe it's supposed to be this way. But oh my love, I wanna say I miss.
And finally, we have Slide by the Goo Goo Dolls. And like the songs before it, the pre-chorus completely avoids the one chord. In fact, in this song, both the verse and the pre-chorus completely avoids the one chord. And the first time we hear the one chord is actually in the chorus, which really helps hammer home that the chorus is the central idea of the song. But back to the pre-chorus exclusively uses the 4 and 5 chords. 4 and 5 chords are probably the most common chords to utilize in a pre-chorus because both of them are super powerful for transitioning directly into the one chord that you probably have at the beginning of your chorus. Although, of course, it should be noted, not every chorus starts with the one chord, nor should every chorus start with a one chord. But either way, a 4 chord and a 5 chord are great setup chords that sound like they are going somewhere rather than sounding like the destination that a one chord is going to sound like. As a bonus tip, if you want to be able to utilize your one chord in your pre-chorus and not be afraid of it overshadowing the chorus or sounding like it's the main point, a great way to do this is to actually just use a different inversion of your one chord. So let's say you're in C major, instead of having a regular C major chord, having a C major chord with an E in the bass, which would be first inversion, or a C major chord with a G in the bass, which would be second inversion, can be a great way to still have the harmony of a one chord, but not have that finality and that resolution that often comes with a one chord. In the end, a pre-chorus is not a destination. It is a road to the destination, which is the chorus. So the main job of a pre-chorus is really just to set up the chorus. I often like to think of a pre-chorus to the chorus as an alley-oop. If you think about the pass in an alley-oop, that is the pre-chorus, and then the dunk is the chorus. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, something else you'll likely find helpful is my free guide on 10 different ways to start writing a song if you want to get started with songwriting right now, or if you haven't had as many songwriting ideas lately or your songs are starting to sound the same, this can be a great guide for you, so be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll talk to you in the next one.